Okay. So I can start now. So in last class we have seen Docker Compose, right? What is the purpose of using Docker Compose? To create multiple containers on a single host. Okay. So my question is, so while you are using Docker Compose, how many containers you can create? As much as you want. But on how many servers? But on how many servers? Hey, listen to the question. I can create multiple containers. But on how many servers I can create multiple containers? Single. So let's assume that single server I have. So let me open Paint first of all. One second. So it is my single host. What is the meaning of Docker host? What's the meaning of Docker host? Read. See that meaning what I said. Place where you install. If I install Docker on Ubuntu, it is my Docker host. If I install Docker on Mac OS, it is going to be my Docker host. If I install it on Windows, what is my Docker host? Windows. So, but here I am installing on server, which I am using Linux operating system. Which operating system? That can be any kind of flavor. It might be Ubuntu flavor, it might be Red Hat, CentOS, Fedora, Linux Mint, Rocky, Alma. Like we have n number of flavors. What kind of flavor it can be? But at the end, what is the operating system we are using? Linux operating system. Which one? Okay, so let's assume I have Docker installed on my Docker host. With the help of the Docker Compose, I can create multiple servers or containers. Sir, for example, in this server, I have containers. What I have? So one is Paytm Movies. Second one is what, sir? Prina. Third one? Recharge. Okay, fourth one is what? DTH. So movie service is running on this container and recharge is running on this container, train is running on this container, and DTH is running on this container. We have seen this practically, correct or not? In last class I have shown you practically. Sir, for example, due to some natural calamities which we cannot expect, like tsunami, earthquake, this data center got lost and servers are also going to lost. Then what is our position? If this server is lost, okay, intentionally or unintentionally, I might delete this server. Okay, I might delete this server. Inside the server, I have services. Then what about the position of my services? Network. Okay, you tell me. What is the position of my services now? Which is running inside containers? Just think about it. What will happen? It could not. If it could not run, what happened to my subscribers and users? They'll get mad and they will uninstall our application. Which is bad or not? Since many years, my Paytm is running very fine. But if it stopped for 2 minutes, we will show what we are, right? Like if you see Facebook and WhatsApp, it never hanged. But recently, in some recent times, it got hanged and everyone is scolding Mark Zuckerberg. Everyone started trolling actually, okay? So like this, in real time, it might never happen. But on few occasions, it will happen. What I'll do is, I'll create one more server and I'll clone this server. That means what are the services inside running the server? I'll also clone it. If one server is gone, I have another server or not, sir? Okay. Of course, this might also lost. I can create one more server. Inside server also, I'll create containers. What I'll create? If one server is gone, second one is there. Second one is gone, third one is there. I'm safe or not? So how to achieve this feat is by using the Docker Swarm concept. Which concept? What is the meaning of Docker Swarm? Docker means, what is the meaning of swarm? Clone. Wow. What to clone? Duplicate of what? You said it is clone. Clone means duplicate. Duplicate means what? What it is going to clone? Just think about it. We have a lot of time to discuss this one. Cloning servers. No, no, no. Have you ever heard about orchestration? Orchestra. What is the meaning of orchestra? Playing music. Where you have seen the orchestra? Wherever you go, marriages, there will be orchestra. Like, if you see, like, will you watch English movies? In English movies, like there are few movies where the music part is going to happen. So there is going to be, you will see like this orchestra. Are you seeing this one? So like since from my childhood, I have one doubt on this picture. Okay. Everyone knows here what these guys are playing. Someone will play piano, someone will play drums, someone will play like music, and someone will play like jazz as well. Okay, trumpet, trampoline, not trampoline, sorry, trumpet. Okay. So now my question is, all these are busy on their works, but what is the man doing here? Huh? Assign what? Huh? Instructor. Okay. Then what? This picture is bad actually. 1 second, I'll open the good picture. Where it is? Where it is? Masra. Let's go with this picture. It is fine. It's having some clarity too. Okay. So now tell me, there are a lot of people here sitting beside this man. Okay. We know what these guys are doing. 1 second. He's assigning work to whom? Slaves. Same concept. We don't know who he is and what he's going to do. But all the people in the troop are going to listen to him, right? Same concept in Docker's form as well. So in Docker's form, we have the concept called Docker master and slave. If the master said something to slave, slave will do it automatically. The concept clear? So you have seen Jenkins master and slave. In Jenkins master and slave, master is going to distribute build to the worker nodes. We have done that practically, right? Master is going to assign build to the worker nodes. Sir, here also Docker master, that means Docker's form manager, is going to assign work to the Docker slaves. Their build, but here containers. What we are going to discuss about now? Containers. What is a container? Container. We are in day 5 of Docker actually. It's a virtual machine which does not have any kind of operating system. Okay, remember, this is the first question you are going to face an interview when it comes to containerization. What is a container? It's a virtual machine which does not have any operating system. Why we came to containers rather than using cloud servers? We are using containers now, but before containers we have used VMs and cloud servers and physical servers. What's the purpose of going back? Cost. And second one, services. No, lightweighted. Within a single host, you can create hundreds of thousands of Docker. That's it. Okay, guys, like you are not reading the theory. See, if you want practical directly, I'll tell the practical. But without analysis, what's the point of learning practical things? I asked what is the meaning of container, right? It is a basic question. This is the very first question you are going to get on interview point of view. But if you are not able to answer this, you know Docker Compose, but you don't know the container. How crazy it is? It is like, I know addition and subtraction, but I don't know numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, I don't know. But I know additions. Okay, anyway, it's fine. So go with theoretical part as well. I have given very shortcuts for you, right? So go to the theoretical part, read the theoretical fact, then come to the practical part of it. Okay. So now the topic for today's class is we are going to discuss about Docker Swarm. What we are going to discuss about? Docker Swarm is an orchestration service within the Docker that allows us to manage and handle multiple containers at the same time. See, Docker Compose is to create multiple containers. Remember, container, service, application, 3 are same. You can call it as service, you can call it as container, or you can call it as application. Because if I have a container, inside that container I have a service. Service is nothing but an application. Okay. Docker Compose is to create multiple services together, but this can able to handle multiple services together. Okay. It is a group of servers that run on Docker application. If you see here, sir, I have Swarm Manager. What I have here? Inside Swarm Manager, how many worker nodes I have? With the help of Docker Compose, I'll create. With the help of Docker Compose, I'll create an application. You know how to create an application, right? How to contain as an application. Now, this Docker Swarm Manager is going to put the application on server number 1, same application on server number 2, same application on server number. So in that case, if my server 1 lost, I have server 2 or not, sir? Here I can get the application or not. That's it. It is used to manage containers on multiple servers. Very, very important point, right? Docker Swarm used to manage. Docker Swarm used to manage what? Multiple. Containers on multiple servers. Simply, you can call it as. Docker Swarm is used to manage containers on multiple servers. Swarm. What is the purpose of using Swarm, sir? Use it to manage containers on multiple servers. Is it clear if I know? So here we have master node as well as worker node. Which node? Master. Use it to create and distribute containers. Worker node purpose is worker node. Use it to store container on like node. Like use it to store container is fine. Is it clear, sir? Okay, Swarm is used to manage containers on multiple servers, like not only single container, you can create multiple containers on multiple servers. What is the role of master here? To create the servers, to distribute the containers, and worker node is to store containers. Here, what is the node point, you know? For using Docker Swarm, okay, to work with Docker Swarm, I'm shortcutly writing DS. DS means Docker Swarm, okay? We need to enable Docker engine. What we need to enable? How we can enable Docker engine, sir? How to enable Docker engine? Systemctl or service command. We need to start the service actually. Okay. So see here one more time. Docker Swarm is an orchestration service which allows us to handle multiple containers on same time on multiple servers as well. It is a group of servers that run Docker application, use it to manage containers on multiple servers, and this can be implemented by using cluster. Sir, what is the meaning of cluster, sir? Multiple times I have said on Ansible I have said, on Jenkins also I have said. What is the meaning of cluster? No, someone is saying correct or that is. I'm able to hear it. Group of servers. Write this point as well. Cluster means group of servers. In real time, everything you are going to heard about is cluster. Okay. What is the meaning of cluster, sir? Group of servers. Okay. Then fine. So now here what we are going to work with is, sir, how to work with Docker Swarm means, first of all, Docker engine help to create Swarm. That means if you want to implement a cluster, you need to have Docker engine. How can you get the Docker engine, sir? How to get the Docker engine? By using systemctl service command or system, like anything is fine. Systemctl or service command. Have I shown you how to use service command? No, right? I think I have shown on Jenkins, I think so, if you remember. Service command, service Jenkins start, service Jenkins status. Okay, if not, I'll tell you now as well. There are mainly worker nodes and manager nodes. Okay, worker nodes are used to connect with manager nodes like this. If you see one manager node, multiple worker nodes. Worker nodes are connected to which node, guys? Manager node. So any scaling or update we need, first of all, we need to go to manager node. For example, I have one container. That container is not able to hold the capacity. Container is not able to hold the. So then what exactly happened, you know? If container is not able to hold the capacity, I'll ask one more container to create like replica. For example, see, I can lift the weight of 100 kgs. But if it is 200 kgs, what I'll take the help of other person like me. Same when we have an application, that application is running on a container. If container load is becoming very, very huge, then we are going to create another container that is called as replica. What we are going to call it as? Right. What is the meaning of replica? What is the meaning of replica? Replica. Copy of container. Replica means what here? Copy of a container. Okay. From the manager node, the things will go to the worker node. For example, say I want to update or I want to restart or I want to do anything. First of all, I'll tell to master only. In Jenkins also, we will communicate with master. Na? Everything and to tell to whom, sir? Master node itself. From the manager node, all the things are going to the worker node. Manager nodes are used to divide work among worker nodes. So we have, like this point we have seen on Jenkins as well. So who is going to distribute work to the worker nodes? Always master. Here also, but here that is not master. Here you are going to call it as manager node. Which node? Manager node. Each worker node will work on individual service for better performance. Simply just 3 points, remember. Purpose of using Docker Swarm is to create multiple containers on multiple. Here we have master and worker node. Master node is to distribute the work to the worker nodes. Worker node is to store the containers. If I want to implement Docker Swarm, I need to have Docker engine. What I need to have, sir? So what is the meaning of cluster? Group of servers. And what is the meaning of replica? Copy of a? Is the stuff clear up to now? Everyone? Sure. Okay. So now here what I'm going to do is I'm going to implement. I'm going to create 3 servers in which among them one is manager node and 2 are worker nodes. So let's implement this on practical way now. Have you got the billing? How much you have got the billing? $7. And remaining people? Haven't you got the billing? Lucky people. Like once I use the AWS account, what happened? No, I got the billing of 2 lakhs. Not like 100 or 200, like I got directly 2 lakhs. Like be careful, like while you are using resource, right? So be careful, like you need to terminate all the resources once you are done with it. Otherwise, you are going to get billing very hugely. And in real time as well, like when we are working, right? So on my company, when we are working, we have almost all 8 to 9 clients. So we got the billing of 5 lakhs per month. Easily. But don't worry about the billing. Our clients will pay very huge amount, right? We will cut it off. So first one is manager. Someone is asking something. Okay, so now here, how many servers we have set up, sir? 3 servers. First of all, what I'm going to do now, I'll set the host names. What I'll set? Tell me the command to set the host names. Tell me. Host name, CTL, set hyphen host name. Oh, 1 second, set hyphen I need to give. Set hyphen host name. So for first server, I need to give what, sir? For first server, I'm giving it as manager. What I'm giving it as? For second server, what I need to give? Worker 1. Okay. So then second server, what I need to give, sir, now? Worker number 2. Of course, you can take multiple cluster, like multiple nodes per cluster. It depends upon your choice, but I'm taking here only 3. The stuff clear now? What is the very first thing I have done here? Setting up the host name. After setting up the host name, log into the servers. Sudo -i. Now are you into hosts or not? Okay, I'm writing here step by step here. Step number 1 is create 3 servers. 1 manager, 2 are workers. Okay. So after doing it in step number 2, what we need to do? Step number 2, what I have done? First of all, I have given the host names. Set host names. What is the command? Host name CTL set hyphen. So I have given manager as well as worker 1. I have given worker 2. Please don't copy paste this one. Okay. For server number 1, manager, server number 2, worker 1, server number 3, worker 2. Okay. Like why? Because in last time when I said this one, I have given the commands. One guy directly copy paste all of this. Now is it master, worker, worker 2? How can I know? Okay. So make sure you are not doing that. So after that, in step number 3, like try to log into it after doing it. So I'm also giving sudo -i and try to log in it. Sudo -i. So in step number 3, install and start Docker. Install and start Docker. So how to install Docker, sir? Yum install Docker -. What is the purpose of using multi-execution mode? At a time we can work on multiple servers, but do we have this kind of opportunity on Putty on browser? It will save a lot of time in real time as well. Okay. I installed Docker. So what's the next step now? Restart. So systemctl you can use, but I am telling the service command now. Which command now? Service Docker start. Is it done now? Check the status. Service Docker status. So anything is fine. You can use systemctl or either you can use service command. Is Docker running, sir? Here active and running. Here also active and running. Here also active and just to give Q to quit off. Okay. So now exit from the multi-execution mode. The stuff clear for you now up to how to create Docker and how to run the Docker as well. So now here my question is, I want to make them as cluster. What I want to make them as? In step number 4, I want to set up a cluster. How to set up a cluster? It is very easy. Okay. First of all, we need to go to manager node. Which node? Manager node. And we need to install a token. What we need to install? The token you need to copy to worker nodes. Which nodes? If you see, this is similar to some other tool. Can anyone tell me? Ansible, right? We need to generate a token. The token we need to go to copy to worker nodes. How to generate a token means the command is very easy. Docker swarm init ---- advertise -addr. It is a command actually to generate the token. It is a command to generate the. Okay. So now here we need to copy the private IP address of manager node. Which node? Guys, it will work with public IP address and private IP address, but sometime public IP will not work on some very few occasions. Okay. We can use public or we can use private, but public will not work frequently. So which one is preferable now? Private. If you give it now, you will get one token. Have you seen the token, sir? It is the command to set up the Docker Swarm. What is the command? Tell me. Docker Swarm init -- advertise, and we need to give the private IP. Okay, I am giving PIP. PIP means what? Private IP. Okay, better to give PR. PR means private. Okay, sir, now after giving it, you will get a token, right? Copy this token, just give triple click. Okay, some people will copy like this, and they will take 5 to 10 minutes to copy this single line. Don't use this one. When you want to copy, if you give double click, this single word will select. Single word selected. For double click, if you want to select enter line, triple click. Okay, don't copy like this manually, it will going to take a lot of time for you. So to copy a single word, double click and enter line, copy this one, and before executing, sir, I am going to give a command docker node ls. How many servers I have, sir? One. It is a server ID. I am having my manager server. It is ready now. It is the leader. I don't have any worker nodes. The moment when I copy this token here and hit enter, what you are seeing there? This node is joined as a swarm worker node. If you go to docker node ls, sir, are you seeing node number 2 now? So now again copy this to here as well. Shift insert to copy, hit enter. This is also joined or not, sir? Go to here and docker node ls. Are you seeing this 3 servers now? That's it. Now whatever you do on manager node, it will replicate to worker node. Concept clear? Whatever you do on manager node, it is directly going to replicate to worker node. Okay, then it is fine. So now what my requirement is here? I have the cluster here. What I have? Cluster. What is the command to check the number of nodes running here? Docker node. What is the purpose of using docker node ls, sir? To check or to list number of worker nodes. Which nodes? Okay, not services. So now it is fine. So what I'll do now is I'll create one server here. What I'll create? Server. I mean, server means like container. That means I want to create one application. What I want to create? Sir, here I want to use Nginx. What I want to use now? Nginx. So my requirement is, or Nginx, or like we have already uploaded a few images to Docker Hub, right? I can use those images as well. If you go to my Docker Hub account, Docker Hub. Already in last class, I have shown you few containers, right? I mean, few images we have uploaded. So let me sign into my account and I'll show you that. Where it is? Kiska hai? I think it's yours, right? Okay. Fine. Sign in. So in last class, I have shown you few Docker images, how to create a Docker image, right? So I'm not going to show you that one now. I have already this image. Are you seeing this one? With the help of this image, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a container. What I'm going to create? See now, sir, I'm executing multi-execution mode now. What is the command to check the list of containers? Docker ps-a. Do you have a single container here? I don't have any container, right? Now the moment I create container on master node, it is going to distribute to worker node as well. It is going to distribute. So give the command docker. What is the command to create a container? Docker run -itd. I am giving detached mode. That means I'll create a server, but I'll not go inside of it. Okay, then later -name. I am going to give the container name as container 1. Okay, so image name, what I'm using? Image name. This is the image name, right? Paytm. You need to use the full image. Okay. Why? Because image is not on your local. Remember, do our image is on our local now? No. So go to the image properly and check the tags as well. Okay. This one you need to use completely. Okay. So just take this one and hit enter. First of all, image is not on local. It is downloading. Later what will happen, sir? It will create a New container. Now go for Docker node ls. So you have a container here. Go to here, sir. Is the container replicated here? Is the container replicated here? Sir, why it is not replicated, sir? Why it is not replicated? My question. We are not replicating. Exactly, perfect answer. Why? Because see, you have 3 worker nodes. How many worker nodes? That means if you want to create 3 containers on 3 worker nodes, you need to have 3 containers. But how many containers are there? If I have 1 container, if I have 3 servers, how can I distribute? I can distribute only 1 container to 1 server. Remaining 2 are free or not? For that purpose, we need to give replicas. What we need to give? Replicas. So how to create replicas? Docker. Already on last class I said, right? Replicas not done, na? Okay. To give the replicas, you can do on 2 ways. One is giving the command line. Second one is giving the service. Basically, we need to work with service. You already know what is the meaning of service, right? To create service, what we need to have? To create services, we need to have Docker Compose. What we need to have? But without Compose also you can create the service. First of all, I will remove this container Docker stop. First of all, we need to stop the container. I am giving the container ID. So later then I am going to remove it. Sir, if I don't stop the Docker container and if I try to remove it, what will happen to me? We are not going to remove the container. Why? Because it is going to throw an error. So now go Docker RM. What I'm using here. So now it is gone. You don't have any containers here. It is plain now, right? So now see here. In order to work with Docker Swarm, we need to use services. What we need to use? Service you already know how to create with Compose. But now I am going to tell you with the help of command line tool. Which tool? See, this one. First of all, with the help of Docker, we are going to create a service. See, now we want to run a service on the Swarm. So we want to specify the container on all nodes. Okay. To do that, we need to use Docker service command. Docker service command will help us to create a service for us. Service is nothing but a container. Inside container, what you will have? Application. Service is equal to container is equal to application. All are equal. Okay. If we want to create a container, you need to have the service. Inside container, what you will have now? Application. Okay. So we have a replica. Here one goes down, another will work for this. Okay. So I'll tell you, with the help of Docker service, I am creating. Okay. With the help of Docker command, Docker service, I am creating. What I am creating, sir? Hyphen name. What is the name of the service? I am going to give the name of the service as. What is our image name? I have pulled here. Paytm, na? So I am going to give the service name Paytm. What I am going to give, sir? It is my service name. What it is? Okay, here the service name. So hyphen P means port number. Hyphen P means what? I am giving 80. First 80 is what? Container port number. Second 80 is image port number. Is it clear? Then I am giving hyphen replicas. Replicas means here number of copies of containers. I have 3 worker nodes. That means to get a container on each worker node, how many replicas I need to give here? 3 replicas, correct or not? Why? Because how many servers I have, sir, here? 3. That means in order to put each container on each server, I need to have create 3 replicas. How many replicas? So the next hyphen image I am going to give. What I am going to give, sir? Image. Okay, so it is the image. Actually, hyphen image is not required. Directly you can give image name. So I am not going to give hyphen image. Image name is already you know, right? What is the image name here? Paytm movies latest. So just go to here, shift and test, hit enter. Is it creating now? How many are creating, sir, there? 3. Wait for it. So if you see, how many are there, sir, here? Docker, PS, just to give. I created 3 replicas. How many replicas? In these 3 replicas, here you are seeing 1 replica. Okay. If you observe this one, this is Paytm 1 container. Which container? Paytm 1. Correct or not? Now go to second server. Give the docker ps-name command. Are you seeing the Paytm 2 here? And are you seeing the Paytm 3 here? Paytm 3 coming or not, sir? All are running on port number 80. Which port number? But here port is not coming here. What is not coming here? Why it is not coming means you need to give -" publish. What you need to give? Normally in the classes what I said -p is the port number, right? That is for single container. That is for what? But when you are going with multiple containers, you need to give -" publish. What you need to give? Are you seeing any ports here? No. And here? No. And here also? No. Why? Because here I need to give what? -" publish. So I'll give -" publish. -" publish. Okay. So 80 is already not given, right? So what I'm going to do is I'll change this one 81. What I'm going to change? Hit enter now. It is telling that okay, service already exists. 1 second. Docker service ls. First of all, what I'll do is I'll remove the service. How to remove the service means docker stop. It is service ID, not container ID. What is telling, sir? Docker service rm is the command. Docker service rm means I am removing the service. What I am removing? If you see docker service ls now, it won't come. Why? Because we cannot stop we cannot stop services. Service is to create and delete only. Containers we can stop, no? That's it. So now use the same command. With the help of the docker, I am creating with the help of docker, I am creating a service. What is the name of the service? Publish means I am giving the port numbers. What I am giving? 8180 means 81 is which port number? Container. And replicas, how many replicas I want, sir? And it is an image. Now see now what will happen. Replicas are created. Replicas are created. Just stick with the command docker ps-a. It is telling that we are going to distribute now. Docker ps-a. Yeah, fine. Are you seeing this one? Is the post still coming, sir? I have given correct port number, right? But why the port number is not coming? I'll remove this as well. Why? Because port number is not coming, right? I'll tell some important things to remember. Docker service ls. I create one service, right? Here you are seeing port numbers. Here you are seeing what? Port number. So what I'll do is, here I don't have any port number. So directly I'll copy this one. Copy the public IP address and port number I am giving here what's are 80 or 81? 81. Now from server number 1, I am trying to access my application. Is my application coming now? It is on which one? Server number? Sir, in future, if this server number 1 gone, I have server number 2 or not, sir? Copy the public IP address and what is the port number, sir? 81. And again, server number 3. Here also you are going to see now. Port number 81. Is my application running on all servers or not? Previously in Docker Compose, you can create multiple services, but only single server. But now I am able to create multiple or not, sir? Now I will give the IP address. Try to access from your mobiles. Open your mobiles, all of you. Open Google Chrome and try to do it. So the 3 IP address I am going to give you. You can get all of this stuff from here. Are you getting this one? In 3 servers. Don't check 1, check 3, all of this thing. You are able to see it clearly, right? Numbers? Oh, check it then. Check it now. Are you getting the application on all three servers now? That means if server number 1 gone, do you have server number 2 or not, sir? So now what I'll do is, sir, all of you are accessing the application. But here I want to give this command, docker service ls. If I give docker service ls, I'll get the Paytm service name. Which service name? How many replicas I have? Sir, these replicas are not handling my servers properly. I want to increase the replicas. What I want to do? In each server, I have only single container now. I want to create 2 containers on each server. I want to create what? 2 containers on? But already I created 1. So what I need to do now? Do I need to delete the old one now? Do I delete? No, I won't delete the old one. I will scale the 3 containers into 6 containers. The command is docker service scale command. Which command? Docker service scale. What is the service we are using? Paytm, correct or not? So here if you go, the documentation you have commands. Docker service scale, where it is? Docker service scale. This one. Update, rollback not. Yeah. Docker service scale. And what is the service name we are going to give you now? So what is the name of service here? Paytm. And I want 6 replicas now. Already I have 3. I'm scaling it to 6 now. Is 3 becoming 6 or now? This waiting time is to distribute the containers actually. Okay. Is it clear now? So just go to see here. Docker service ls. How many you are getting now? 6. How many you are getting? So now here my question for you is, previously in 3 servers, how many you are having, sir? Previously in 3 servers you are having, how many servers? So in 3 servers, how many containers you are having? 1 on each, right? But if we give docker ps now, home, you are getting 2 containers on each server. Go to here. Here also docker ps. Are you getting this one now? And are you getting this one now? I'll tell the distribution method, how the distributions are going to happen. Okay, distribution method. If you go and see here, docker ps, I'm going to decrease some size here. Sir, first of all, here 2 and 4 are here. Okay. And here 5 and 3 is here. Okay. And 6 and 1 is here. So like this, it is going to distribute. There is no proper pattern actually. It will distribute as per its wish. Is it clear now? Now again, I want to create 10 replicas now. What I want to create? Docker service scale. What is the service here? Paytm, I am going to give it as 10 now. What I am going to give? Now 6 will become 10. Why I am scaling means to decrease the load actually. To decrease what? Load. So if you give docker service ls, now you are seeing 10 replicas. How many replicas? That's it. Is it clear, sir? No? It is the way how you are going to distribute the containers. Why we need to distribute the containers? To reduce the load. If it is single container, it is going to get the load. But if it is multiple containers, you are not going to get the. Is the process clear for all of you? Okay. So now next, what exactly I am going to tell you is after this one. Sir, for example, I want to see number of containers. I want to see number of containers with a single service only. In real time, you have multiple services. But I want to see what is the containers for only Paytm service. The command is docker service ps. What is the name of the service? Paytm. Oh, 1 second. Create inspect ps docker. I think docker Paytm ps. 1 second. The correct one only. Docker ps to check all docker service ps. Okay, sorry. Yeah, docker service ps. Paytm I need to give at last. Docker service ps. And I need to give Paytm. So now you are going to get what are the services. I mean, what are the containers of Paytm? Are you seeing all the containers of Paytm? See, this particular container is running on worker number 2. This particular container is running on worker manager worker node. This particular server is running on worker number 1. So 1 is running on worker 2, 2 is running on manager, 3 is running on worker 1. Again 4 is running on manager, 5 and 6 are running on worker number 1, worker number 2. Everything it is giving pinpoint or not, sir? Pinpoint or not? So it is the purpose of using the Docker Swarm. Now, sir, I don't have that much of load. Previously I have a lot of load, now I don't have any load. What I can do is, instead of removing the container, I can scale down the services. What I can do, scale down the, so I am giving scaling as only 3. What I am giving now? Now this 10 will become 3 now. See. Previously you are seeing 10 containers, right? But if you give Docker service PS Paytm, you are going to see only how much you are seeing. Wait for it. If you see, status are removing. Here you are seeing 10 only, but status is now removing. Wait for few minutes and give the same command, Docker service PS Paytm. How many you are seeing now? This is what you are going to call as scale in and scale out operation. Scale in means increasing the scale. Scale out means decreasing the. Is the comments clear for you? Okay. And anyway, like I am going to give you the history comments. What is the command to scale, guys? Docker service scale is the command to scale what? Services. To scale the services. To scale the services. Services. Okay. So I'm giving Paytm is equal, like I'm gonna give 10 now. What I'm gonna give now? 10. Okay, then fine. So after that, so what is the command to create a service before that? Docker service. Hey, to create service, man. Docker service create hyphen name, service name, and I need to give the replicas and other stuff as well. Okay. This part I'm gonna remove now. It is a command to create a service. Okay. So if you want to get the list of service, what is the command? Docker service ls. What is the purpose of using it? To list the services. To list done, to scale done, Docker service ls. Okay. So after that, scale in, scale out, both are same. If you give plus, it is going to increase. If you give minus, it is going to decrease for you. Okay. So now here I want to see what are the containers that is running for only Paytm service. The command is Docker service PS Paytm. It is going to list containers of Paytm service only. Is it clear for you now? That's it. So now here the next thing is, for example, see how many containers I have now totally? How many containers? 3 or 1? Docker service, Docker PS, right? Sir, for example, what happened, normally if you delete a container, what will happen? It is going to delete, right? But in Docker Swarm, it is going to create one more container. The moment I delete this container, it is going to recreate. It is going to do what? In this totally how many containers are there? Docker, first of all, I need to give what? Stop and give container ID. So you already know how to delete the container, right? First of all, we need to stop it. Later then we need to give. So now just to give Docker RM, what I am giving? Docker RM and give the container ID, CID. It is gone now. So just to give Docker PS now. Sir, I deleted the container within 10 seconds. Like within not 10 seconds, within the very next second. Container is created or not. Now delete this one. Docker stop. This container ID. And remove this one. Automatically one more container will create. Automatically what will happen? So if you do like this, is our application going to stop, sir? It will never stop. It is going to always running. So just to give Docker RM and CID, container ID. It is removed now. Just to give Docker PS. Automatically within the very next second, it is got created or not, sir? It is not wasting the time. It is creating automatically itself. With the help of Docker Swarm. With the help of what? In Docker Swarm also I am giving one node point. What is the node point here? If we delete one container, it will create another. When it will create? Not that one. It will create when you are having Docker Swarm only. If you don't have Docker Swarm, it won't create. In Docker Swarm also you need to have service. For service only it will create. For non-container it won't create. For example, sir, you create these servers by using, you create these containers by using service, right? If I create one normal container without service, it won't recreate. I'll show you, see. For example, I'll create one normal container, Docker run -itd -- name. I'm going to give container 1 and I'm taking Ubuntu image. Which image? Sir, am I creating this container normally or by using service, sir? By using normally, right? If I try to remove it, what will happen? If I try to remove this one, see, Docker rm container ID. Oh, first of all, Docker stop. First of all, I have stopped. What I have done here? After stopped, what I'm going to do now? Docker rm. Docker rm is for remove the container. So now just give Docker rm instead of stop now. So now if we give Docker ps, sir, that container will come, sir, now. Why it is not coming? It is not create user. It is normal container. Of course, it is Docker Swarm only, but it is created without service. It is created what? Without. If I create a container without service, if I delete them, can I able to retrieve it back? No. Why we are not using service? Write this on your own words. Write this point. Is it fine for you now? What you learned here on this particular board? When containers is going to recreate, sir? When you use service. If you don't use service, what will happen? It will not recreate. Is it clear now? Okay. So now I'm going to tell this topic for you. Sir, for example, I want to remove one complete service. Docker service ls. It is a service name, right? If I want to get full complete information, what I need to get, sir? Docker service inspect. I can inspect or not? What is the name of service? Paytm. Now am I getting complete information or not, sir? Here, inspect is to get the complete information. If you see, it is the ID of the service and it is the index number. Okay, when it is created, when it is lastly updated. Okay, so what is the image used? It is the image used for the container. So if we go here, how many replicas we are having? 3 replicas, like that. And what is the port number you are using? 81. Complete information you are getting or not, sir? By using which command? Docker inspect command. Which command? What is the purpose of using Docker inspect command? To get the complete information. Docker service inspect to get the complete info of what? Service. Is it clear now? So next, what is the command means we are having? This one. Update. What we are using? Sir, for example, I am using the service. This version is updated. This version is what? So when this version is updated, I need to update the containers as well, right? So I'll tell practically if you go and see here. Sir, the Paytm Train New 2.0 is there, correct or not? For example, let's imagine this version is updated. What happens sir here? Version is updated. So what will happen, 2.0 will become 3.0. That means I need to rebuild or not. Instead of rebuilding, what I can use, I can directly give the update. Docker service update. Docker service update. Okay. So what is the command you are seeing here? Update. -- image. What is the image you are giving here? Paytm. Okay. So just I am giving -- image. What is the old image guys here? Paytm movies, right? The Paytm movies I am going to update with one more image. So previously we are using Paytm. What we are using? But now I'll use some other thing. Docker Hub. Let me log into here. So I'll take one new image. Instead of creating an image, I'll take one new image. Sir, Paytm movies I am going to update with Paytm DTH. That means completely I am updating. What I am doing? Updating. Okay. So always copy the image from here. Docker service update. Okay, -- image. Sir, it is running movies now. Movies are trying that one. Paytm Train, huh? No, this one. Movies. So movies I am updating with some other image. I am updating with some other image, and service name I am going to give it as Paytm. What I am giving? That means here up to now you are seeing only Paytm Train, right? But DTH will come. What will come, sir? Service is same. Service is, but the image is going to be different. Okay. So now check this one. Of course, I need to give actually here I need to give Paytm Train New 3.0. But instead of doing that, I am using some other image. Anything is fine. Concept we need to understand. So now what will happen? See, it is running, starting. Wait, ready and starting. Okay. So now if you go and see here Docker, Docker ps-a. So I'm getting the containers, right? Old container got removed. Old container got, new container got created. Now just go and see here. Click on refresh. Okay, 1 second. Let me remove this one. I'll remove all of this. I'll take the public IP address and I'll copy the port number 81 now. Exit. Why? Because see, due to cache, sometimes the image will not load properly. Okay. So 81. What you are getting now? Paytm Train New 0.0. Actually, we should which image, guys? Paytm. We need to get what? But still we are getting the old one. So let me give Docker ps Docker service ls. So service is same. If you see, image name is what? DTH. Image name is what? What is the port number? 81. But here port number what you are seeing, sir, still? Train. Okay, let's go with some other thing. I'll go with the second one now. 81. Here also train. And here also what I'm getting? Train. Is the image updated here actually? No. Why it is not updated, sir, here? Service. Okay. I'll tell you. First of all, see the command what I have given here. Docker service update. Docker service what? Update. So go to the commands here. Just go to the commands where it is here. Make it side by side and see now what will happen. There is something you need to observe here. So what is the command to update? Means to update. Docker service update. Docker service. I have given hyphen image. And I have also given the image name. And finally I have given the service name. Everything is fine, right? But why it is not coming, sir? No, port number will not change. Remember that one. Or, okay, let's do one thing. Instead of DTH, I'll take one more thing. I'll take one more image and I'll try it now. So let's go for one more image this time. So instead of Paytm DTH, now what I'm gonna take is I'll take this one. Instead of Naresh Shetty DevOps, I'm going to take like this is one of the image actually. So I'll take one new image and I'll try to grieve it now. Okay. Just give shift insert. Delete. Shift insert. So now I'm going with some new image, right? Hit enter now. Single hyphen is there. No. See, here actually what happened is it is double hyphens only. But presentation you are seeing only single hyphen, na? But it is double hyphen, not single hyphen. So now check now it is updating or not, sir. So now see here Docker service ls. Hit it now. What is the image you are seeing here? NID DevOps. So now go here and try to refresh. Is it coming now? And here also is it coming? That means I update the image or not, sir? Sir, but sir, previously why it is not came, sir? I think both are same. That is also same. There is also. For that purpose, you are not able to find the difference. So now I have taken one more image and I have updated successfully. Is Docker service update command working properly or not? Now, sir, you update the things, but for example, it is not working properly. Let's assume you created the new application, but it is not working properly. In that case, what I need to do? I need to do rollback. What I need to do? Rollback. Rollback means what? I already said. Rollback means going back to the previous version. Okay. To update the image. So now I want to do rollback. What I want to do? Docker service rollback hyphen image name, same command. Nothing difference. Instead of update, what we need to give the rollback. Here if you see Docker service rollback service name directly. I mean like rollback image is also not required. Directly you can give this one Docker service rollback. Rollback means going back to previous version. It will go to only one version back. Roll back. Is it roll backing now? That means if you see here, up to now we are having NAT DevOps, Naresh Shetty DevOps, right? But you will get now old application. Just wait for it until it is done. In real time also we'll do like this only. There is no difference for it. Okay, same work, but we are having front end code and back end code. But here I'm having only front end code. That's it. And I'll show you how to create the Netflix application clone as well. Okay, do you know how to create Netflix application? At least do you have Netflix accounts, right? You have seen the dashboard, right? I'll try to create it now. Because already I have the code, I think so. So if you go and see here now, sir, click on refresh. Now it will come to previous version. Has it came to previous version? Is it came to previous version, sir? Here also you came to previous version. What is the command we have used here? Docker service rollback. What it is here? We have used Docker service rollback. What is the purpose of using Docker service rollback? To go to previous version. Simply I am using rollback. Rollback means you already know. What is the purpose of using rollback? To go back to the previous version. Okay. So now what is the next topic we are having? Inspect we have seen it already. And service RM also we have seen. And there is one more thing called Docker service logs. Docker service logs. Paytm. Are we getting the logs, sir? That means what is happened inside the Paytm service you are going to get in logs format. What is the meaning of log file? I already said. What is the meaning of log file? Events happened inside the server, not logs. Okay, events happen inside the server. You are going to get it in a file. What is the name of the file? Log file. What is the name of the file there? Log file. Is it clear or no? That's it. So this is about finally Docker Swarm. Is the Docker Swarm concept clear for you now? Okay. So every command and everything I have given. Let me give the history as well. History. History. Okay. So I'm giving it here. Is it clear now? So that's it. So now we have seen only one concept today. What is the name of the concept here? What is the purpose of using Docker Swarm? Is it to manage multiple containers? Is it to manage what multiple? Okay, fine. So which batch? Oh, 10:30, right? Okay. So in order to work with Docker Swarm, what you need to have, sir? Manager node and work node. What is the purpose of using manager node? To distribute work to the worker nodes. It is day 6 or day 5? Day 5. Okay, day 4. Okay, day 4, day 5. It is day 5. Okay. For today, this topic is enough. Actually, one more topic also I'll cover, but I won't cover. I'll take it very slow for you. Because like when you are learning the subject, better to go slowly only. Okay. So now any doubts or any queries for you? Don't you have any queries? Sure. Okay. So if you don't have any doubts or queries, what you need to do now? Go to lab and practice. I'll come there. Okay. So I already said multiple times, the people who are going to the lab, they are going to take attendance. So you are going to get placement support, right? Placement support is completely depending upon your lab attendance only. If you come to the lab regularly, they will give placement support. Otherwise, they won't. Okay. Okay, then you can go to lab now. I'll come there in 5 minutes. So now online, any doubts or any queries from your end? Okay, then if we don't have any doubts or queries, we can meet on tomorrow's class. Bye, everyone.